Hi, boys and girls. I'm back for our third read aloud. And we're going to continue reading Miss Suki is Kooky. That's right, said Miss Suki. Falcons almost became extinct in 1960. Does anybody know what extinct means? Andrea put her hand in the air, but I guess Miss Suki didn't want to call on her twice in a row. So I put up my hand and she called on me instead. Extinct is when something smells really bad, like, pew, that stinks. Everybody laughed, even though I didn't say anything funny. Good answer, dummy, Andrea whispered. Actually, Miss Suki said, a species is extinct when there are none of them left. So I must be very careful with Rappy. Rappy squawked like crazy when Miss Suki put him back in the box. That's when she thanked us for listening to her talk. And all in all, I'll say her talk was almost not boring. Chapter 8, Dumb Questions. We all clapped and cheered again for Miss Suki. You're supposed to clap at the end of an assembly because you're so happy that it's over. That was wonderful, Miss Rupee, said Miss Rupee. Does anybody have any questions? You're a great author, some kid yelled. Thank you, Miss Suki, but I think you mean author. I like animals, another kid shouted. Those are not questions, Miss Rupee said. Remember, we talked about the difference between questions and stories. The kid who said, I like animals, raised his hand again. Miss Suki let him have another chance to ask a question. Do you think I like animals? The kid asked. I don't know that, said Miss Suki. Can I have your autograph? Another kid yelled. Actually, I just signed 400 books in the library, Miss Suki said. I'm pretty tired. All right, I said. She'll sign autographs. Will you sign my cast? Some kid yelled. Will you sign my shirt? Will you sign my head? Miss Rupee jumped up and told us that Miss Suki only had time to answer questions, not sign autographs. So everybody started waving their hands in the air. What's your favorite color? What's your favorite food? What's your favorite football team? What's your favorite lifesaver flavor? What's your favorite reality TV show? Looked like Miss Suki was getting tired of answering questions, but if we stopped asking questions, we'd have to go to math. So everybody kept asking questions. Will you write a book about us? Did you come here in a limousine? Can I go to the bathroom? When did we get our pictures taken? How much money do you make? How old are you? Miss Rupee slapped herself on the forehead. How old do you think I am? Asked Miss Suki, putting her hands on her hips. 80, someone guessed. Miss Suki looked mad. Miss Rupee jumped up to tell us there was no more time for questions. I'm 40, Miss Suki said, as we were leaving the all-purpose room. She had a mean face. I guess she didn't like our questions very much. Chapter 9, What's the Magic Word? After the assembly, we went back to Miss Daisy's room. It was almost time for our class to be called down to the gym to have our pictures taken. Andrea and Emily pulled out their little mirrors, started fixing their hair. It had been a full hour since they last fixed their hair, so they must have had a lot of hair that needed fixing. Just then, guess who poked their head in our door? Nobody, because if you poked your head in the door, it would hurt. But guess who poked their head into the doorway? It was Miss Rupee and Miss Suki. Miss Rupee was holding a stack of books and the Blueberry Award. Miss Suki was rolling Raptor's mystery box. We have some autographed books, Miss Rupee said as she handed them out. Andrea bought one of every one of Miss Suki's books. I didn't buy a book. Books are boring. Besides, the order form was still in my backpack because I forgot to give it to my parents. Did you write any Dr. Seuss books? I asked Miss Suki. I believe those were written by Dr. Seuss, she said. You should have written some Dr. Seuss books, I suggested. They're cool. I'll think about that, Miss Suki said. How come Dr. Seuss was allowed to call himself a doctor when he really wasn't one? I asked her. You'll have to ask him that, she replied. I can't, I told her. He's dead. Do you like cheese? Asked Ryan. Not very much, said Miss Suki. Will you sign my autograph book? Said Emily. Oh, okay, said Miss Suki. Can I have 10 autographs for my cousins? Michael asked. Miss Suki didn't look all that happy, but she started signing the scraps of paper Michael handed her. You should write a book about penguins, I suggested. Penguins are cool. What's your favorite kind of cheese? Ryan asked. Miss Suki was about to leave when Mr. Klutz made an announcement over the loudspeaker. Miss Daisy's class, please report to the gym to have your pictures taken. That's when I got the greatest idea in the history of the world. Will you be in our class picture, Miss Suki? I asked. Please, 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 everybody begged. We said please about 1,000,000 times. If you ever want to get something from a grown-up, just say please over and over and over again. The more times you say it, the better chance they will say yes. That's the first rule of being a kid. Well, okay, said Miss Suki. Yay! See, it's amazing. All you have to do is say one word and you get whatever you want. What a scam. Chapter 10, Say Cheese. We walked Miss Suki to the gym. Miss Ruby brought along the Blueberry Award. Miss Suki, I've read all your books, said Andrea. Who never misses a chance of brown nose a grown-up. I have a question. What is that? Well, in The Reluctant Rhino, you wrote that Ricky the Rhino ate a fish for lunch. But I looked it up in my encyclopedia, and our rhinos are vegetarians. They're animal doctors, I asked. No, Andrea said. That's a veterinarian. A vegetarian doesn't eat meat. Rhinos are vegetarian, so a rhino couldn't eat a fish. It would too. Would not, Andrea said. We went back and forth for a while. Then I came up with the most ingenious idea to win the argument. A rhino went to medical school, could be a veterinarian, and the veterinarian can eat meat, so there. Nanny, nanny, boo-boo on Andrea. In her face, no wonder they put me in the gifted and talented program. Is that true? Miss Suki asked. She looked all upset. Rhinos are vegetarians? That ruins my whole story. Then Miss Suki started crying again. Man, what is her problem? The lady cries more than Emily. We got to the gym, and the photographer lined us up in ABC order. The girls were frantically combing their hair and putting bracelets on and necklaces and earrings and all kinds of other girly stuff. I can't believe girls poke holes in their ears and hang gold things over themselves like a Christmas tree. What's up with that? My mother said she would put my picture on the refrigerator, Emily told us. So she put food on her camera ass? Oh, snap, Ryan said. Me and the guys made funny faces when our pictures were taken, but the photographer got mad. It made us do them all over again. Finally, it was time to take a picture of the whole class. The photographer lined us up in 3 rows on the bleachers. I had to stand next to Emily. Miss Daisy stood in the back row on the left side, and Miss Suki stood on the right side. Hey, can Rappy be in our picture too? That would be cool. Rappy had a long day, Miss Suki said. I think he needs to rest. Please, 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 please. Well, okay, said Miss Suki. I'll tell you, it works every time. Miss Suki took Rappy out of the mystery box and put him on her finger. Rappy turned his head around slowly to look at everybody. It was cool, but a little scary, too. He looked like he was searching for something or someone to eat. I'm glad we didn't have any pigeons or ducks in the gym. And that is all for today.